What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers That Filters podcast, episode 117. I am your host, Jacob Thompson, and tonight, why would I stop drinking Oberon? There we go. There it is. It's too good, and I also have not bought alcohol in like a month, so
Look at you.
we're still drinking it.
Responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my name's Joseph. Just kidding. Just Scott. We're taking turns, I guess, skipping the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm Gabe, and I'm drinking a PBR because I'm going to be going to see Dayton here this weekend, and I haven't bought beer in a long time, so it's the only thing I got left.
All right. And I am Dayton, and I'm drinking Cloud Sourced IPA from Two Roads.
Ooh, I remember that one.
Connecticut brewery. It's pretty good. It was left in the fridge. One of our good friends, he brought over a 6-pack of it one night, drank one of them, and left the remaining 5 in our fridge.
Oh my god.
What a homie.
That's a fucking score.
Am I complaining? Absolutely not.
Speaking of PBR, did you guys see Unemployed Wine Guy review the PBR hard coffee?
I did.
Oh my god, it's fucking disgusting.
That's a bad idea.
Who's the market for that? Alcoholic coffee in a can by PBR.
Dude, college students who have a hangover, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the perfect demographic for PBR coffee.
I just couldn't figure out if I was supposed to drink it in the morning or at night. Because like at night, people sometimes do like caffeine pills, right, to keep partying. You probably should not have hair in the dog that early, though.
Dude, if you're having there was one guy, I remember in my major, he would always just like pop caffeine pills throughout the day to like stay awake. He's like, I just do school like 16 hours a day, so I just take caffeine pills. And you like do it in between labs and shit. It's like disgusting. Take a nap. Like, I don't know.
His brain function has to be fucked. Like, something in his body is gonna stop working a lot sooner than the rest of us.
He's a smart guy. He just, I don't know, bad life choices, I guess.
Sleep deprived.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the podcast, everyone. As always, find our show on Mondays on YouTube and podcast services. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at ewfpodcast, and go and follow us on Twitch, where we're live right now at ewf_podcast to watch episodes we recorded early on Thursday nights, and we play games on Monday or Tuesday nights. It's been bouncing around a little bit lately. But yeah, give us that follow. You get a notification when we go live, and you can just pop right in. As Gabe mentioned, Joseph's gone this week. He is going to see his family for Mother's Day. He's a mama's boy, am I right?
Got him.
Did you guys shit on me when I was gone? I haven't listened to the episode.
We didn't even mention you.
Wow. Just
Josh was in the chat.
exist.
Yeah, Josh was in the chat, and he was like, "Where's Gabe?" And I saw it. I just didn't say anything.
Oh my! I think that's worse. That you
No,
didn't even acknowledge.
I said you were God. I said you were God.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're doing kind of a weird rotation right now. So Gabe was gone last week. Joseph's gone this week. Next week, Dayton will be gone, and we're still going to try to record. And then the week after that, I'll be gone. So if there's a person on the podcast you don't like, you'll be happy one of these weeks.
Maybe, yeah. It'll be at least one episode for you.
Yeah. So yeah, I like this little more 3-person intimate format. Worked out well last week. So.
Oh.
I forgot to tell you before the podcast. You have any weekly anecdotes or stories you want to get off your chest? Should have prepped you early.
Oh, I'm almost done with my pack raft. For relatively long time listeners, I've been working on it since like February. So it's been
I never it's been that long.
2.5 months that I think I've since.
Is that when you like got the materials and stuff?
Yeah, and then I procrastinated on it a little bit, and then I wasn't working on it for like a while. But yeah, it's almost done. When I get it finished, I don't know. I probably won't share a picture of it or anything. But
it'll be a whole episode. We'll just talk about how great your pack raft is.
Yeah. If it fucking floats, we'll see.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I hope it does after all the fucking time you put into it.
Yeah, me too.
I guess the only anecdote I have, I don't know how much you said, but I went to Iowa for work.
Oh yeah, I want to get the story on that.
I mean, I don't want to talk a whole lot about it because I don't have a lot of good things to say about it. It was, I think, when I worked like 55 or 56 hours. A lot. Did a lot. It was miserable. Also, Iowa is now my least favorite state. Sorry if we have any listeners from Iowa, but if you see one, okay, the state's tagline is "Field of Opportunities," and I don't know what the opportunities they're talking about, but I know they're talking about fields because that's all there fucking is. It's just all fields. That was an interesting experience. I remember, I was like, at least I'll get out of town, but I'd rather stay in town than go to Iowa.
Especially for work too.
Yeah,
like,
well,
if you were going on vacation or something.
Yeah, I didn't fly or anything, so I drove. It's like a 5.5 hour drive, and then I worked like the first day. I drove 5.5 hours, worked 8 hours, got up, worked 12 hours. It was just a lot, so not fun.
It's over with. Hopefully they don't send you anywhere else soon.
I'm going to Kentucky.
You are confirmed going to Kentucky?
They gave it to me when I was working on site in Iowa. So like they originally asked me if I wanted to, and I said I'll get back to them. And then I got an email while I was working that 12-hour shift that I was going to be going to Kentucky. It's sick, dude.
Yeah. You'll probably just fly for that one though.
Yeah, I will at least get to fly.
But. See, that's crazy. My company isn't letting us fly. So like I have to go to New Jersey, which like it's only like a 4-hour drive or whatever, in June, and they aren't letting us fly.
Even that you're fully vaccinated, though, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they won't let us take trains either.
The CDC said if you're fully vaccinated, you can fly pretty much no problem. You still wear a mask and everything, but
yeah. Damn. Well, I mean, I'm going to fly to see Dayton this weekend, and I'm coming into work on Monday. That'll be the 2 weeks is today, I think, actually. So I'll be fully vaccinated.
I get my second shot on Tuesday. Very excited.
Times are changing.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm pretty sure Purdue's looking at mask mandates in the fall, just because they can't. I thought they were gonna be able to require the vaccine, but apparently they can't for a bunch of different issues. So they can't actually force students to get it. But they said in an email recently, even though we can't force it, we're gonna make it pretty much hell for people who don't have the vaccine. If you don't have it, you're gonna have to get tested every single week.
I thought some colleges did force it. I thought that was a thing. I remember reading a headline that they made it required for it
gets really muddy. Because I thought Purdue was forcing a flu shot. Because I had to get a flu shot in order to register for classes, but apparently it doesn't really count because you could be for religious purposes, I don't want it. So you can get out of it. But I was talking to Alyssa and she was saying that because COVID is still in the emergency phase, I forgot the name of it, emergency authorization. Yeah, they can't necessarily require it. It's weird. I just think it's a little bit too much of a hassle for them to, especially we're in a red state too of Indiana, so it's not like the government's going to help them out or anything. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, a year from now we'll be maskless, but you never know. Those strains are fun. Strains of COVID. Mm-hmm. But on a happier note, this week I finished the semester. Finally had my last final on Tuesday. Thank fucking God. Have some weeks off before I'm taking one summer class, which hopefully won't be too bad. But yeah, very, very fucking happy that I'm done with this first year of grad school because it was a fucking grind.
Yeah,
no breaks. It's the COVID schedule, man. They had no breaks for classes. They smushed everything together, and it was painful. So,
how's your next semester looking out? Is it gonna be the same thing?
My fall was looking great, Gabe. It was looking super easy because of the classes my boss wanted me to take weren't really available. And I'm like, great, I'm gonna take this little journal club class and one nutrition course and one writing class. It's gonna be a breeze, And then Professor we know we're working with, he's like, hey, I'm offering this specific class just for basically just for you, Jacob, not that, but it was exactly the class my PI wanted me to take, and I'm like, I gotta take this class. Also, I just have to. So now it's gonna be a little trickier, a little more stressful. So hopefully it won't be too bad. Cause I like the professor a lot, but fingers crossed I won't die.
You'll survive.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
All right, let's get into the topic for today. Gabe, start us off.
Yeah, so this topic is about dating shows and how much they suck. So it started, I was hanging out with a girl and we compromised. I watched a couple episodes of Love is Blind. Actually, it's been more than a couple episodes. So the other half we watched was Bear Grylls interactive Netflix show. That's a whole other discussion. It's pretty funny.
Well, yeah, quick take. Is it good or not?
It's entertaining. You can you can like get him bit by snakes and shit. It's pretty funny. It's like he's like, do I like ski down this or do I jump out of a plane? And you like pick a button and then he like does one of the two items. It's pretty interesting.
So it's like a choose your own adventure, but
yeah, except like you harm someone else and not yourself. Like, there's literally one option. He's like, do I eat the nuts out of this bear shit or not? And then you're like, obviously eat the bear shit. I want to see you suffer. Like,
well, it's like he wouldn't have offered that if he wasn't willing to do it. You know what I mean? So like, I don't feel too bad.
No, but I think it's worth a look. It's called You vs. Wild. Check it out.
Okay.
If you're bored, get the remote ready. But anyways, the other half of this compromise is watching the show Love is Blind, and it's just this premise of basically, you know, these people will get in these pods and they can't like see each other's face. They can only like hear each other's voice. So they have to like talk to each other. I think they're in there for like a week or two. So like they'll go and like there's like 20 people or something, like 10 guys and 10 girls or something. So they date across all the people, and then once they like find a connection or whatever, they have to propose. And that's when they see each other for the first time, is after they propose. And then like it follows them after the pods and like how their relationship develops as
Wait, so they make them like actually uphold these proposals?
Okay, so I haven't got to the whole series, right? But they have like 30, I think it's 30 or 40 days. So like they start off on a vacation, then they like go home, and they have to make the decision at the altar to like stay married or to not.
There's some maximum drama, dude.
Maximum drama. And the show is just so fucking trashy, and I think the reason that I don't like any of the people in this experiment, right? Like they're definitely doing the experiment twist of it, which a lot of shows are doing. But like the type of people that this experiment attracts are just not stable people. Like I feel like most of the time, because they're all like late 20s, early 30s, are like kind of freaking out about like, you know, not being married, which totally understandable. And I feel like it's a little like manipulative, right?
Oh yeah. Gabe, they're getting paid to be on the show.
Sure.
They're also making money.
Yeah. Also, some of them do it for social media presence, but
right. Yeah.
My point is, like, they get on there and they're like, you know, some of these people probably genuinely like want to find love or whatever, but they put so much fucking like weight on it because they're like, it's so late. I'm in my 30s. Like, okay, you seem good enough. Let's just rush this. And then when they get together, like the only things they ever say is like, I don't know how I have so much chemistry with this person when I never seen her, for like episodes of this station. And it's like, you don't actually believe that, because then you're going to fight like 2 seconds later, you know? Obviously, there's a good chance most of the show, if not all of it, is heavily scripted.
Mm-hmm.
Most dating shows are. But it's just like peak trash, and editing. The editing is god tier. Like they know
the
exactly
editing on all these shows is god tier.
Like they know what they're doing. Like I'm not gonna say it's not entertaining, because I think it can be, but I think the people and like the ideas behind them, they aren't for the sake of like finding love, right? Like it's maybe it was originally like those first like blind date ones or whatever, where you had like the
dating game, yeah, back in the 60s.
But I feel like now it's just so I just don't like them. Like
let me put you in the hot seat for a second, Gabe. Let me put you in the hot seat. Who are you mad at? The people who enjoy watching the show, or the people who make the show, or the people who are in the show? Who do you hate the most? Because I can't figure out where your anger is directed here.
So I think I understand how people get invested in it, right? Because I found myself getting invested in an angry way. I was like, why the fuck are you thinking like that, you dumb bitch? Like when the character's just like being a character, a person, they're people. Like it just like, I can see how you get the investment. I'm mad at like I'm mad at the people that are in the experiment, and I'm mad at like how they shoot it, right? Like it's very, like I said, I feel like it's kind of manipulative, and like especially like 90 Day Fiance or whatever. Like shows like that are just so fucking trashy, where it's like they try and like force these people to like each other, and then just record the madness, you know? It just, It rubs
So
me the wrong
you're mad
way.
at the producers for wanting to make money, essentially.
But I guess that's where most of my anger lies.
I was giving a devil's advocate there, but I understand where you come from. Over last Christmas, I watched the last episode of The Bachelorette because Lissa and her friend wanted to watch it. So I'm like, all right, I'll shit on this show for an hour and a half, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe it was the last 2 episodes. And I was getting, like Gabe, I was getting so angry at the decisions the people were making.
Yeah.
You know? And granted, I hadn't watched the whole season, all right? I didn't know these people. But it was like The Bachelorette and then 3 guys were left, right? And uh, one guy gets eliminated for reasons that I don't need to talk about because it's just not worth it. Basically, gets down to like 2 guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty clear who's gonna win. But this guy who's gonna win, Gabe, I didn't fucking trust him. All right, he seemed so manipulative. He seemed like he was just telling her exactly what you wanted to hear.
Was he like
I
an
didn't
eel?
believe.
Was he up to something?
He was eel-like. He was eel-like. I mean, a lot hotter than an eel. I'll say he was very chiseled.
Do you think it was the editing that made him that way, or like they snip it together?
The editing was trying to make him look like a really good guy, but just the way he was talking, I just feel like I don't trust this fucker. Like I feel like he's just selling snake oil.
Sure.
But he ended up winning, and they seemed happy, I guess. And the Bachelorette seemed like she knew what she was doing. All right, she was like competent and smart and stuff. So I no knocks to her. It's just this dude. I didn't fucking trust him as far as I could throw him, Gabe, which was not very far because he was a big guy. He was jacked and tall, chiseled face.
Yeah, I feel like it's the people it attracts, right? It's always like the same type of people. I don't know. In the Love Is Blind show, right? Like I was realizing that they don't talk about like what they do or what their hobbies are like at all. It's always just I love you. And it's like you haven't seen her yet. Like, what are you doing? And it's oh, I love you so much. And then that's the whole that's the whole show. And I'm talking about like, here's what I like. They're not personalities; they become characters. Like it's.
Well, I feel like in order to make the show more enjoyable and keep the magic, they don't. I think those conversations happen, but they don't show them. Like
I agree.
And The Bachelorette, at the end of a season, they do like these. I forgot what people are gonna kill me for not knowing something. I think it's called fantasy suites, where when there's 3 guys left, the bachelor gets to spend a night with each one of them. And that's when they like talk about like the real shit. Because like one of the guys had to leave because their religious views didn't line up, and it's like I would have liked to see that conversation. Granted, that's a huge breach of their privacy, but like that's the kind of shit I'm interested in. That's like why I listen to podcasts to hear that like real conversations from people.
Sure.
But they like, that's too real. We got to keep this magic and the mystery. Like, who's it gonna be? Because if you heard that conversation, you would know immediately. Oh, this dude's out tomorrow.
But I think that's part of the problem with the shows for me is it kind of strips away that level of personality, right? And it only shows off like sex, all about sex. And like that's the whole fucking show, and it's like chill. Like I don't know.
But yeah, going back to my question to you, Gabe, of who are you mad at? The answer is I'm mad at myself. Because I'm mad that I'm actually getting like engaged with the show.
I also found myself like, so she kept asking me, she's like, "Are you enjoying it?" And I'm like, the more and more we get along, I'm like, I'm invested. Like I hate to say it, but
I hate that I care. But like, this girl needs to make the right decision here. Okay, she's getting married. This is a big decision, and it's like it doesn't fucking matter. Like they're probably getting divorced anyway. But you get there because these are real people, and you're like, what would I do in that situation? Well, and I think that's what it is.
Yeah, and some of these couples, like, both people suck. So it's just like, stop. Like, end the show. Like, you guys are making fucking fools of yourselves. Like, what are you doing? Just, clearly it's not going to work. Like, this chick, she kept him on, or whatever. Her whole bit was like, so they did, one was 24 and one was 34. So there was like a decent age gap.
Yeah, that's pretty, I mean.
And she'd be like, oh, it's not a big deal. And then she's like, it's a big deal. Oh, it's not a big deal. It's like just back and forth. And it's just like, this poor guy's getting whiplash,
Yeah.
But then he's being crazy because he's like trying to manipulate her into like staying, He's like, oh, before you said you loved me. So I love you. Say it back. It's just like, fucking chill. You guys both suck.
So on that show, Gabe, you said there's like 10 couples essentially, or 10 guys, 10 girls.
Okay, so not everyone becomes a couple, right? So
I was
it's
gonna
like
say,
only...
like, does everyone have to like pick somebody? Because that would
No.
not be cool.
No, so it's only the people that like get engaged and then it follows them. But like even then, like one couple like dropped off immediately because he told her that he was bi and she was like, why didn't you tell me this before? And then he's like, I hate myself. And then they got in a fight. It was a whole thing.
Jesus Christ.
The guy was very self-loathing, and it's a whole... You gotta watch it, I guess.
I'm not going to.
You don't need to. It's a waste of time. But anyways, okay. Now that I feel like I've vented enough, the second part of this, are we
before we get into that, I just want to ask Dayton. Have you watched any of these shows recently at all?
No, not recently. I mean, like growing up, like my sisters used to watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
Mm-hmm.
I never really got into it that much. Like I don't really know why. I think I would just like go and like play on my computer or something because this was back in like high school. But my sister did tell me that, I think this was a few years ago. This must have been like 4 years ago or so, that they sent an application in for me for The Bachelorette because they thought that I would just like sow chaos in like the beginning of the show.
Okay, let's get into this next part, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna list out a bunch of dating shows and we're gonna talk about which ones we think we'd be good at. Mm-hmm. And by good at, that's very ambiguous. Yeah. Maybe we should just go through each one and say if we'd be good at it or not.
I think so. Better. Yeah, I also what defines success in a dating show.
That's up to you.
We'll leave it up to you. Yeah, we'll leave it.
Okay, so what's the first one?
Well, ironically, the first one is Bachelor.
Bachelor or Bachelorette? Which one? You gotta pick because it's different.
Big difference.
I think we should do both.
Okay, which one first?
Let's do Bachelor first.
Hell no. I would go fucking insane if I was on that show. I can't even text two girls at the same time in my normal life without having a fucking panic attack. There's no way to hell I can manage 30 girls at once. Yeah. No. I'm out.
Yeah, one of our buddies, he'll like talk to multiple people at once, and it's like, how the fuck do you do that? It's too, like, imagine like 15 women that are just like, give me all. They're all fighting for you and shit. Like, it'd be obnoxious.
Yeah. No, dude, I don't have the time for that. I don't have the time to freaking talk to one person consistently, like, let alone 15.
Well, and I feel like there's a weird power dynamic, right? Because a lot of the people want to stay on the show. They're not there for the right reasons. Like they want to stay on the show, right? And it's like, I don't know. I feel like people would be very fake to you, and you also would like. I mean, I guess you get to vote people out as the Bachelor, but it's like, what if you don't?
Well, you only vote out so many people per week, and like,
yeah. But I feel I fucking hate half of these people. You can't just like make the season half as long, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and it's hard to tell what the experience of The Bachelor actually is because of all the editing, right? You don't actually see how it is really going for them. But like, I was talking to Lissa, was telling me, because I was curious, like, how's the Bachelor season going? I think she was watching some of it, and she's like, yeah, it's pretty good. But like, there are obviously always crazy girls on there, and like, one girl was like, I don't know, let's say she like sabotage something, she like destroyed a room or whatever, and then she'd like go tell the Bachelor that some other girl did it, you know? And it's like, I don't know, I'm like okay at reading lies and stuff. Like, I feel like I just get like, so I'm just gullible in general though, so I'd get like taken advantage of all the fucking time if I was on that show.
Well, what if you like made it to the end with someone and then they were just there just to have like 1,000 or 100,000 followers?
Oh, that's fucking drop them. Because it's me, you know what I mean? Like, I can't put myself in, like,
I'm just saying,
the Bachelor mindset, you know?
I agree, but I think it would suck to go through that whole fucking show and then just, like, you got nothing, you know?
Well, that's why I wouldn't be on it in the first place.
Sure.
All right, let's do Bachelorette, though, because this is a very different conversation.
Did Dayton give his answer?
Oh, yeah, he said no.
Yeah, I would say no. I would just be like, y'all suck. I'm out. Like,
yeah.
I can almost guarantee you that if you randomly sampled 15 people from the population of the United States, I would probably dislike every single one of them.
Good Lord. Not even 1 in 15.
I don't think so. At least not like romantically. I don't think I would be interested.
Okay, sure, but just have a conversation.
I thought you just meant like people in general.
Oh no,
like,
okay.
Just hate all of them.
I like people in general, but romantically, I don't like people in general.
Right.
That's fair. So okay, now let's do Bachelor though. Yeah, I do feel like you'd be fucking hilarious on the Bachelor.
I would watch Dayton and Bachelorette. He would just start so much shit. You would
Because
be the guy
you just
that
wouldn't care about the girl at all. You'd just be trying to have fun and fucking with the other dudes.
You would be the guy who has like a bunch of like friends on the other guys. You're like friends with them or whatever, and you're just there for the bromances.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I could have a lot of fun on The Bachelorette because it's probably all expenses paid, right? Like you can drink
you're
as much
getting to
as
be
you
on
fucking
there.
want.
Yeah.
Like,
you get free booze,
dude. And are you kidding me? I could just bullshit a conversation with The Bachelorette. Like, I could just ask her some weird ass questions, and then that would give
so
some.
it's 10,000 rats.
You know the meme where like the dude is like he's got like they're at like a baseball game and he's like, all right, so get this, okay?
Oh, with his
like,
hands on her neck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so get this. You have 10,000 rats.
I mean, that'd be great TV because she would be so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, we love making girls uncomfortable here on the podcast. I'd be very bad at The Bachelorette as well, mainly because of the awkwardness. Especially because here's the thing, I would take it way too seriously just because it's me, and I would get so fucking jealous immediately of any guy who is like getting farther than me. I'm like, you son of a bitch, But when I was watching this episode of The Bachelorette, it was down to 3 guys. Like they would just be like sitting together in a room and being like, because they had all like, they're going to see who got picked first to go to the fantasy suites first, right? They're waiting for like the letter to show up, and they're all sitting there like, so yeah, what do you think about her? And they're just talking about their feelings for all this same girl, and it's just fucking weird. And I'm like, I cannot handle that awkwardness. I'm out. I can't do Bachelor.
Imagine if a guy like me got to that phase, and just be like, bro, I couldn't give 2 shits about this. And then just like the other 2 guys are like, whew.
Yeah, I'm playing Rocket League tonight. I don't know.
Dude, she said she likes rice and beans, and that's pretty cool. I like rice and beans.
Yo, dude, for real.
I don't think I could do it either, purely for like the amount of confrontation that's required, Especially like I feel like Bachelorette, right? You got a lot of people like, can I steal her? And
a lot of
like,
testosterone.
Yeah. There's a lot of that, and that's just I can't deal with that level of conflict. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun in the very beginning because at that point everyone's just like meeting each other, hanging out, play some video games, drink with the boys. But once it gets down to that like middle area, when it starts getting a little bit more serious, I can't. Feeling. Yeah, I can't. Even if but this all hints on the fact that I actually like the girl, which like again likely probably wouldn't happen. But I probably still want to win.
Also, yeah, what they never do that. Like, what happens if you just don't like her?
Yeah.
Like they every time, for how many seasons have they had? Like fucking 20 at this point. How does every single guy and every single girl show interest in the other person? There's no way.
It's scripted, Gabe.
I wonder,
dude, are you telling me it's fake, Dayton?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
How
not.
fucking dare you?
I feel like they have to send out like a picture and a bio of the contestant, whether it be Bachelor, Bachelorette. But I wonder if anybody's ever said no. Like, you got selected. Here's the person. Are you in or are you out? No. Like, I can't believe anybody would say no just because of the social media potential and just the ad revenue you could get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. That was one thing that's funny about Love is Blind is they had like their careers, but they never talked about it a whole lot. And one chick, she was like ex-tank mechanic or whatever. So like all she talked about was being in the army. She was just like a boot or whatever. And you like find out she's unemployed. Like,
you did say ex-tank mechanic.
Yeah.
All right, so far Dayton going on Bachelorette. What's the next one?
Oh, next one is Love is Blind. So again, premise: you're in a bunch of cubes. Don't see each other until you get engaged.
That would stress me out so much. I feel like I actually would like. I would like having the conversation without having to worry about like the physical intimacy stuff. So like, let's just straight up just like have a conversation. So okay, let's for the sake of the show. For the sake of the show, let's go into this assuming that it's a real thing. It's not scripted, okay?
This is
so like, let's say like you were actually put into pods with these other people for the actually seeing if you actually are interested. I think I'd be down to go on Love is Blind. I wouldn't be down to get married immediately, but I'd definitely be down to talk to people and see what's up.
If it was like speed dating and not like speed marriage, I feel like it'd be different. Like I'd be
Yes.
interested. Like, you know, like you said, it'd be interesting to like get to know people before you like see them. But the whole like you don't get to see them till you're fucking like engaged part is just that would never happen. I could be in that mid-30s range and be desperate, but I will not go on that show to get married, you know.
I think it's honestly not a bad idea for speed dating. Like having no looks, talk to people so you connect with them, and then see them. I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea in and of itself, but dramatizing up to make it a show and the marriage thing is like too much. But I think that Colonel might have some potential.
I do want to preface that for this show, everyone is like default hot, like they're just like the standard.
Right, of
like
course.
No one's unattractive, right? Like
that's every show that we're gonna talk about.
Sure, but it's like okay, I don't know. Like the whole parents like they don't know what they look like, and they're all just like attractive people, right?
Yeah. Dave, what about you?
I mean, I think the idea behind it, kind of like what you said, Jacob, like the idea behind it is pretty cool in that like you literally just talk to them. Like, I don't know. It seems like there's more to it than like The Bachelor, where it's just like me hot, you hot. Let's rub messies. Like,
see, that's coming up later in like Love Island, you know.
Yeah,
it gets way more horny as we go on.
So I don't know. I think I like the idea of it, but I don't think I would do it. But I like the idea of it because I read this like, I'll call it like a hypothesis, and it's like called like social glue, essentially. And it's like the reason why online dating is like so hard and like these shows is so hard is because you don't interact with them that much, and like you don't actually get to like know them, and you don't form this social glue between you. But it's also a reason why like when you have like friends and like you hang out with them a lot and you get to know them a lot better, that you tend to, you know, form stronger relationships with them. So I think that this show has a stronger potential of forming that social glue than you know, The Bachelor, Bachelorette.
It's like that one episode we did where you have those like 12 questions or whatever to like get to know each other,
right?
Or whatever. It's like it's supposed to make you fall in love more or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
It's a throwback. That's a throwback. We saw that photo of me and Jacob looking into each other's eyes.
Oh, I remember that picture.
Yeah. very sexy.
Very.
Yeah, because I think like worst case scenario, you get a friend out of it. Right. Let's say you really connect with somebody and then you meet and you're like not really interested in romantic stuff, but we could still hang out because I think you're cool, you know?
Yeah.
I also think I think it's less trashy than Bachelor, I think.
I think so.
Just because it's not 20-1, you know? Like you have chances to talk to multiple people, and it's not like, I mean, there was definitely some drama of like people fighting over like one guy or one girl, but it's not like all of them were fighting for one person, you know?
Yeah. Because then the competition part of it gets a little bit nasty, I think.
Well, and the result, I guess, in both shows is still marriage, I guess, but
it has to be in these kind of shows.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, next one.
It's the ultimate test. The ultimate test. They're like, we're gonna take this idea that's mediocre otherwise, and we're just gonna jack it up 1,000% to make it.
Yeah, you gotta add stakes, right?
Yeah. It's like Wife Swap. Do you remember that show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Wife Swap. They always find like the complete opposite families.
Like the Harley Davidson family, and then with like a Connecticut housewife. Like.
Yep.
Yeah. Next one we got is Love Island. I'm not familiar with the show, so you're gonna have to.
Okay, so I have never watched it, but I think I more or less understand the premise. It's essentially let's get a ton of hot people on an island and just watch them fuck for a whole season. It's similar to a Survivor where like people get voted off if they're not being fun, I guess, or people don't like them. Like,
fucked.
I think the reason Love Island is popular is because of the audience participation. Like the audience gets to vote on who like stays and leaves. The audience can like vote to like send text messages to people on the show to like send them messages, and also they just introduce new people throughout the season randomly and mix things up. But essentially, it's a fuck fest. As far as I understand,
it's a beach orgy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was like prize money. Again, I'm sorry I've not watched the show. People who watching or listening probably have watched it. This is me and Gabe are getting most of our knowledge from the YouTube video dating shows by Nikki Jakey, who gave us summary of a lot of these.
Can you imagine like sleeping with a bunch of people so you could win some prize money? Like, I don't wanna. But I want that
Gabe, we'll get to that later with a different show.
Oh god.
But yeah, so it's generally the premise. Again, I would be dog shit on Love Island because I'd be so stressed out all the time. of just like the social. I'm just not good in those kind of situations, man. I would flounder.
Yeah, that sounds like it would cause a lot of anxiety for me, and I wouldn't like it.
Okay, let me read you the synopsis a little bit. I got it here. There is money involved. Okay. So, if you thought The Bachelor was a time commitment, wait until you get to Love Island. This show is on every single weeknight. Every single weeknight. Each season is over 50 episodes.
What?
There's the UK, Australian, and American versions. So you could literally watch the show every single day if you wanted to. In this series, singles live in a villa and try to find love, pairing off for various challenges. The winning couple in each season gets $65,000.
That's
yeah.
all?
So you like couple up and like do challenges, but you could like switch couples later and all this shit.
What the
But people fucking love that show.
I could see it from like the audience interaction.
Yeah, I could see like it's like Survivor but with sex. I mean, it sounds.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
I mean, it sounds kind of fun. I'd watch it.
But they have tribes on Survivor, don't they?
Yeah, but they get tribal together. I don't know.
They form their own tribes after 9 months.
What if they have an alliance of 4? You know, it's just spreading the love.
So here's the thing. I feel like once in these type of shows, where like alliances start getting involved, I think that's again where Dayton comes in to be really good at these things. So he's fucking scheming.
Dayton on Survivor would be amazing. Like, oh yeah, he was talking big shit, dude.
Like,
next week he's that dude's best friend.
You didn't hear that, man? You didn't hear what he said about you, bro? Like,
dude, your girl slept with that guy I saw behind the shack.
Oh, dude. And then like someone like finally catches on and like gets in a fist fight with Dayton. He's just laughing the whole time.
See, Dayton's on the show. Dayton's on the show.
I could see myself being on this show.
Dayton showing every girl that he knows is in a relationship his ass tat, just like start shit. I'd watch that shit.
Oh yeah, that
yeah, but you in or out on being on this one?
I'm out. Too much anxiety.
Yeah, I can't handle that. Like having the stress of like you have to couple up and like all the social.
I feel like I would be
competitions
back to middle school and be like, I have no friends. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be bad.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next one?
We got 90 Day Fiance.
You do this one. I'm not as familiar with 90 Day Fiance.
I mean, I'm not either, but the premise is pretty much like usually there's visas involved, right? So it's like you.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so like if you meet this person and then you like date for 90 days and you have to decide if you're going to get married or not. And then if you don't, one of them has to leave the country because like they're doing it for a visa.
Right.
More or less what it is. So that one also I feel like would give me.
That one's 100% trash because that's like.
No, okay. I think that one's fucking with people's lives. I think.
I was gonna say I don't want us to come off the wrong way, but I feel like dealing with a visa is like way more of a commitment than marriage. Like that's way more fucking hassle and just like, and we're talking about like TV marriages here, which granted they're quote unquote real, but I don't know. This visa shit I feel like is a lot more like substantial and could fuck your life up a lot or change your life a lot more. And yeah, I can't get on board with this one. That's just shitty.
I definitely think, okay, obviously these people have a choice to be on the show, but it's still like, I don't know. I feel like some people are like, oh, this is my in to a country or whatever. They're going to stay or do whatever they want to get married. So they come to whatever, you know. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the premise. I think it's shitty.
Get it out of here. Next one.
Yeah. Dayton, you look. I guess you kind of came in.
He had to go pee.
No. I grabbed another beer. Okay, I don't have.
Oh, Dayton's getting ready for the rest of this episode,
dude. I gotta pick up the boys tomorrow. I'm barely working.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The next one is Date My Mom. You're gonna have to explain.
I got this one, dude. I wish I watched this show when it was on. Dayton, this is an old MTV dating show. All right, and the premise is you got a single.
Wasn't it early 2000s?
I don't know. Sure.
Okay.
It's old for these standards. Early MTV. You got a single young person, guy or girl. We'll say it's a guy for this case. We'll say it's me. Okay. I'll say I'm on this show. I go on 3 different dates with 3 different moms, trying to convince them to let me date their daughter, right?
But so you gotta impress the daughter.
I don't know. I didn't catch that. But
I feel like you can tell a lot from the mom though.
Dude, Gabe. This is my show. I would kill it on Date My Mom, dude. Moms fucking love me. Okay, I can impress the shit out of moms. Moms love me, daughters hate me. It's all I gotta say.
Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah,
not in my case, Dayton. Because like here's the thing, I impress the mom with like being mature and smart, and like, oh, this is a stand-up guy. Here's my like date my daughter, and the daughter's like, you're boring as shit, and I'm like, this is why I wanted to go and date my mom, so then she puts in a good word for me. But yeah, I would kill and date my mom, I think.
Okay, I feel like there's problems with this show. All right. I think judging the parent off of, or like judging the daughter off of the parent, or son versus the parent, just isn't a good way to measure people's like personality or like merit. I feel like it's kind of shitty, but like judge them off of the parent.
The premise isn't bulletproof, but I'm just saying I think I would do well on this show.
I think it would be fun. I just don't think it would be very effective.
Yeah.
Like I think if it was like silly shit, because the only clip I've ever saw was from this YouTube video. Like they went like bull riding.
Bull riding, mechanical bull riding.
Like that shit would be hilarious. Like just like some 50-year-old woman is just like, so what do you like to do? And like fucking on a mechanical bull. That shit would be fucking hilarious.
I will say that's the most like creative one yet, I think.
I think so too.
It's funny because it's one of the worst reviewed dating shows. I mean, it was also like scripted.
Yeah.
But people fucking hated it apparently. I think the premise is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, I think that it has the most creativity out of all of them, except for maybe like the interactiveness about Love Island.
Right.
Would you go on dates with 3 moms?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty low risk. It's pretty low risk.
Yeah, because it's only like a date, right? Like,
this one is before the marriage, condition got involved in all these shows. This is early MTV,
It's before the power creep of dating shows.
Yes, exactly.
So we're all yay. Okay.
Yeah. Is Room Raiders next?
It is next.
Okay, let me do Room Raiders too. Okay, let me talk about this show. It's another MTV classic where let's say you had a dude and there's 3 different girls. And you choose to date them by rifling through their rooms.
What?
And they're like teenagers.
And dude, fucking this. Zac Efron was on the show pre-High School Musical, and there's video of him like looking at girls' underwear and shit. It's so fucking funny, dude. It was all scripted. All the rooms were fake. Turns out.
Well, I mean, Zac Efron's probably acting.
Like, he was like a kid. He was like super young.
Yeah.
No way in hell. If it was a real thing, it was a real girl's room. Fuck no. That's so goddamn creepy. Get that shit out of here.
Also, I think it's fucked up that they're like the one clip I saw. Again, they were teenagers. Like, it's teenagers' underwear in this situation. Like, how is that okay?
It was fake rooms.
Yeah, it's scripted. That's why it's okay.
It doesn't. No, it's still not okay.
Dude, you're telling me, Gabe, when you were 16, you wanted to eat that shit up?
Yeah.
All right, so hang on. I want to flip this question on us. So if we were the ones that had to get our rooms rifled through, do you guys think anybody would choose to date us from it?
Do I have any time to prepare my room?
No, it's as is.
As is, like right now.
Yep.
I'm honestly pretty proud of my apartment. I keep it pretty clean. I don't have a whole lot of shit lying around, or it's not a whole lot of shit in general. I'm confident with my apartment.
Here's my problem with my room, Dayton. It's like the classic, the meme where it's like white guys' apartments be like, and they say it's fine, and it's just empty and bare. That is my fucking room. It's empty and bare.
Wait till you see my room, Gabe. I have 2 tapestries in it.
Okay.
And I have.
It's more than me.
I have a framed poster, and 1 nightstand.
You had a 1 night stand. Sick.
One nightstand. An end table, some might call it.
Yeah, a sex joke.
Yeah, I don't know. I think mine would. I don't know. It's not messy, but it's not clean. Also, my roommate put my laundry on my bed right now, so they might think that I'm a little bit slobby because I have my clothes on my bed.
Sloppy toppy.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I have to close my bed around too. It's the middle of the week. All right, sue me. No one's coming over right now.
I have a little bit of clothes in my room, but My room's usually where I keep the chaos like concentrated. If anything's gonna be messy, it's gonna be my room because that's
true.
my
That
space,
true.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were to check my office or something, it'd be different.
I know we hate 90 Day Fiance, but I think Room Raiders is maximum trash. This is high on the trash scale as you can go.
Yeah, I think it might be trash here, especially when you have the age factor and like.
Yeah, because this is like a young MTV show
Mm-hmm.
about teenagers. Yeah, get that shit out of here.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next one, Gabe?
Are You the One?
Okay, this is all me now. This is another one that was on Icky Jakey's video. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I like the premise. Okay, so Dayton, you got, let's say, 20 people, 10 guys, 10 girls. Okay, before going on the show, everyone takes like a test, like a personality type test, right?
Okay.
Interests and stuff. Then the producers match up, like one guy, like basically make all the couples based on the results. But then they put everyone in the house and they say, all right, you guys have to figure out who your match is, and you guys only get money if everyone figures it out and gets it correct.
Oh, so they have to work together.
They have to work together. And apparently, according to Nikki Jakey, this was like one of the only shows where the couples actually stayed together for a long time afterwards. Because like there was some thought put into putting these couples together.
It's kind of wholesome.
But I think this is my top pick right now. I'd definitely go on this one. I like the detective shit. You might actually find someone you're interested in.
I feel like everyone would be pretty like friendly too. Like you're not like fighting over, one person. It's like, okay, let's go find your, even if you like didn't get along, it's like, let's do it for the money, Like,
yeah,
even
exactly.
That's like not someone you're like gonna date or whatever. Just look at
so I have a question on this one. So in this show, did they pick people who were like very distinctive from one another, unlike The Bachelor and Bachelorette?
Where they're all the same fucking
cardboard
cutout?
I could not tell you. I've not watched the show. I just know what Nikki Jakey told me.
Okay.
I would imagine they had a lot of people apply, and they only picked people who like were actually compatible to make it actually possible to win.
Right.
But as far as like hotness scale, I imagine they were all still pretty hot.
Right, but I'm saying like distinctive, like in that like you like be like, oh, this person really likes, this TV show. This person also really likes this really niche TV show. And like,
I don't know how. I can't imagine it was super easy. Like every couple had like one thing that was like the tell. I don't know. Again, I didn't watch the show. All I'm saying is I like the premise. I think I would do well on it because it's a combination of like the escape room puzzle solving group thing.
Yeah.
Plus, there's actually like a legitimate chance there's someone that you could actually be compatible with.
Right.
Yeah, they did some research behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go on that. That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think it's like it's one of those things where like you don't have to like be all sweaty about it. Like you don't have to be like all worked up. I don't know.
Hot and bothered.
Yeah.
I think it's the least trashy of all of them so far.
Again, we haven't watched it, so we don't know how trashy it actually was, but on the outside it seems very low trash level.
Yeah. The trash is low, the wholesome is high, It's what you want.
Yes.
Next one is Temptation Island. So as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Jacob.
Yeah.
But basically the premise is you bring in a combination. So you bring in like if you're a couple, so there'd be like a handful of couples, and then you also bring in single people, and then a handful of these couples aren't sure if they want to be together.
I think all the couples are like. All the couples are like, we don't really know if we want to keep staying together.
They don't know if they want to figure out. So they bring these single people in.
and it's Temptation Island.
Yeah, let's see if they get tempted. I think this is the trashiest one.
I would go on this in a heartbeat.
Wait, which person though? The couple or the single?
I would go on as the single, and I would literally just try and tear everybody apart.
Just try and sleep with like all the girlfriends.
No. I wouldn't even do that. I'd just be like, hey, your boyfriend just slept with that dude over there. And like, just plant seeds in literally every single buddy's like.
Literally, you're like getting drinks. Hey, did you see how he looked at her?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Bro, that's straight up fucked.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, if you need anything.
I'm trying to figure out the payment scheme in this show because I can't find
money
it out.
Involved?
But if there was, Gabe, how fun would it be if you were a single person, you broke up a couple, you got paid, and if they stayed together, they got paid.
That would be. I would watch the fuck out of that.
We need to make this happen. We need to find some.
I think the show's done now. This is an older one.
Super Temptation Island.
Super Temptation.
Because now it's coming back to me, Gabe. There was another show that came out later on called X on the Beach, which seems the same exact premise, except the X came back. Like one of their exes came back.
Oh my god, I would hate that.
Like instead of the single person?
Yeah.
Okay, but that would require the ex to be cool being on the show along with this thing. Like I get
Gabe, no one's here for the right reasons.
Yeah. I feel if they're like, hey, we'll slip you, 15K, come on this show, and they're just like, hey, fucking all right.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. And okay, you find some people that would go on Jerry Springer, and it's a mutually like, I don't know, overlapping pool of people. Jerry Springer people would go on to X Island. Or X,
we didn't mention,
Beach.
Was it Baggage? Is that was the name of the show?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Remember this one, Dayton?
No.
We're like, it's similar. Let's say again, girls the contestant. There's 3 guys. They all have baggage, as anyone does in life. It's like Deal or No Deal. They have a bunch of cases, and and they have to like open them up and to see like, oh, this is like my dirty secret shit. It's just like, it's just dumb in my opinion. So they're just gonna find guys that are super fucking weird.
Yeah. Like the dude on TLC that like married that airplane or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or like amusement park or their car or whatever.
Yeah, like they're just gonna.
That's like all TLC as like My Strange Addiction shit.
Yeah, just like they're just gonna find weird mothers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any of these island ones, I'm immediately out. Like it's all the social dynamic shit. I just cannot do it.
I couldn't do it. I think as a single person it would be pretty funny, like Dayton said. Like I feel like I would just try and start shit.
It'd definitely be easier to be single, I think.
Yeah, but I wouldn't like. I don't know if I could just be like, I don't know, sleep with someone's girlfriend. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I have a conscience or something.
You don't need to, Gabe. You can do it all from the background.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I feel like that's half the show. It's got to be, right? Like, is people doing that?
Probably.
But like,
we really should have watched some of these shows research. But this is what you get on the podcast.
I would definitely be. I would be sowing seeds the whole fucking show. Just have it all mapped out.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe, can I talk about Too Hot to Handle now? I need to tell you about
this
guys.
One, so.
Okay, you guys are gonna fucking love this premise. Okay, 15 people, the hottest people you can imagine. Okay, are on this show. Here's the twist. So let me read this. So only loosely a dating show, Too Hot to Handle is Netflix's Love Island ripoff. The show brings 15 attractive contestants, to a villa, but the twist is they can't touch each other without their 100,000 communal prize pot depleting. So all they have to do is not touch each other, and they will get to keep the $100,000. But of course, that doesn't happen. They're fucking, they're touching, and I think I heard people talk about the show who watched it, and it's like, oh yeah, some couple goes off and does shit, and other people like see the number go down, like what the fuck, and they find out like, what are you guys doing back here, But it's just like they're just getting the hottest people imaginable on the show to like increase that temptation super high, and it's just fucking stupid, dude.
And that they were like, nope, you don't get a PS5, nope, you don't get an Xbox here, like you can't distract yourself with
videos.
Yes, exactly. There's no distractions. You have to talk to these other people.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If I was ever allowed to be on the show, I'd be really good at it because I'm very good at not having sex. But I don't think I'd ever be allowed on the show because I'm not hot enough. You know what I mean?
Man, that was a double.
that was the kamikaze by words, or was that just
times two, baby?
That just
you did suicide by words, and you did it twice. Kamikaze when you take someone else down with you.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if I was on the show though, I'd fucking slay. I would keep all that money, dude.
I feel like it wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
Like, because here's the thing, right? If you are, quote, too hot to handle, right? If you're one of the hottest people in the world, or, okay, not world, but if you're one of like, you're a top 5%, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're very attractive. It doesn't fucking matter if you put me in a room with other people that are top 5%ers, because that's what I'm maybe pulling anyways, because I'm top 5%.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
So
it's like, okay, this is temporary. I'll just get a fucking 5%er when I'm done with my money,
Mm-hmm.
But Gabe, there's nothing else to do. There's a nice looking lady over there. You start talking. There's nothing else to do on the island, You have a nice little chat. Start flirting with her. I feel like let's take this to the next level.
I feel like I would just like get really into a hobby and just be like, leave me alone.
What hobby?
Like,
There's nothing. You're on an island. There's nothing to
run.
do.
You could get into running.
running, swimming. I can learn how to swim well.
Literally run away from everybody.
Yeah, like anytime someone gets close, just
actually, what happens if you do something other than like intimately touch somebody? Like, what if you just like pat somebody in the back?
I think that still counts. I think you just cannot touch anyone at all.
Interesting.
Oh. So wait,
what if you touch yourself?
What if you tag somebody? Like you like run past them and you just like tag them, and then like
$1 gone.
Oh, it's $1 at a time?
I don't watch this fucking show. I'm just making shit up. Sure, we'll call that $1. I think depending on like the amount of time or the act itself, it increase the amount of money lost. Like if you to have sex with somebody, that's got to be a big hit. That's got to be like thousands of dollars.
I also feel like the money makes you more horny, right? It's like the danger. Don't have sex, and then you're like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I wanna.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, exactly. Like you get tempted,
What a fucking dumb idea for a show.
But honestly, it's kind of smart because like if they're gonna like crumble, you don't have to pay out as much, right? Like,
oh yeah,
it's not a big deal.
Yeah. So I will say I would go on that show if I was allowed to. I think I would do well.
I don't think I would. Well, I guess I'd do it for the money. Yeah.
100K? I can use
Yeah.
that. I also don't know how long. I don't
Yeah.
know. Let's say 2 weeks. That seems like a pretty standard amount of time.
And I'm assuming it's at a tropical, beautiful place.
Of course.
That sounds pretty fun.
Bikinis everywhere.
Sounds
Shirtless
pretty fun.
dudes everywhere. Volleyball? Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'd get really good at volleyball.
I would just play volleyball all day.
I would do it too, because I mean, like 2 weeks, it's like sure, I'd probably be bored out of my fucking skull, but that's also 100K. Like, I'll take it.
I feel like I don't know if you just like. I would start policing other people. I feel like I would be that guy.
Yeah.
Like, don't get fucking close to her.
Dude, I would. Dude, that's sorry. I totally do that too. Everyone would fucking hate me.
Yeah, Jacob, you totally would.
You would.
If I can't have sex, no one else can.
It's like that guilt you get when you're like in like middle school or elementary school, and like a bunch of people are making noise in class to the substitute, and you all get yelled at, and you're like, oh, shut up, guys, come on,
you sons of bitches.
We're getting yelled at, but like it's money and sex. Also, like once someone did have sex, you'd be like, man, I want to have sex too.
Right, because at that point, like the cat's out of the bag. Like someone's already like broken it.
Well, we've already lost $10,000. What's another 5,000?
Yeah, you're like, fuck you. I want to get laid too.
And then it's like sabotaging people.
Okay, I don't want to watch the show, but I want to know what the end pot was. You know what I mean?
I mean, you could skip the last episode. It's on Netflix.
I'm just gonna Google it after this.
But yeah, I mean, if somebody's willing to pay me to not have sex, I mean, easy. No questions asked. I'm taking that money.
And you get to take a vacation,
Take a vacation.
That is true.
You're probably eating and drinking pretty well. They got to be pumping booze into that place.
Oh yeah, because that's part of the temptation,
I wonder if in the contract it's like, okay, you have to have at minimum 10 drinks a day. Or something like that. Just like really get the inhibitions at like an all-time low.
That would be pretty fun.
All right, Gabe, why don't you do this one more time? I just want to.
Oh, you want to do a quick rundown?
Yeah, a quick rundown.
Okay, so we talked about Bachelor, Bachelorette.
Dayton's on Bachelorette.
Yep. Love is Blind.
That's all of us.
Yep. Love Islands. None of us.
I think it was just Dayton, maybe.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Wait, Dayton, did you want to go on Love Island?
Fuck it, sure. I feel like any of these big group ones, I think I'd have fun. So, yeah.
It'd be only your fun, but yeah.
Me and Gabe would be the audience, and we'd have fun watching.
Yeah.
We'd send you some funny texts.
I would send you texts. I'd just send you get everyone to just send you a meme or something. Just for you to laugh. 90 Day Fiance. I think we all said no to that. Yep. Date My Mom. We all said yes.
Hell yeah.
Room Raiders, absolutely not.
No. But if girls want to raid our rooms, not opposed to it. I don't feel comfortable going through a girl's room.
I don't know. I still would. I mean, there's not much to see. So like, is that clothes and a dresser and a bed?
Gabe, I just feel like, if you get me and two of my peers, I feel like I'm coming out near the top. I'm
I
hoping
don't know.
anyway.
I guess I don't know what your room looks like. Let's just. I'm
Look
gonna
at this.
raid.
Look at my
I'm
shop.
gonna
Look at
raid
this nice
Dayton's
clean
room
room back here.
this weekend. I'm gonna check it out.
All right, all right. We'll get the update next week when I'm not on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now I'm the only person who've seen everyone's room.
Yeah. The gatekeeper.
Well, yeah, Gabe, you're at a disadvantage. I think we have to count your office as well, like the room you're in right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have a nice. The problem is they're so small and they're kind of cramped. I think that's what's hurting you more than what's actually in the space.
Yeah.
Dayton, if you include the space you're in, the bonus room with your room, I think you're getting some extra points.
Oh.
Especially if you talk about, I built these audio panels and lights and shit, But, and then Joseph's got that nice basement, so I feel like we're all coming out pretty good.
Yeah, if you saw my office, it definitely has more of my personality than like my room for sure.
Yeah,
this is where I play. I just sleep in the other room.
I will say, girl might not be thrilled my bed is in the kitchen area, but it had to happen. Okay, it had to happen. Just think about the back room is nice.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Okay,
it is what it is. All right,
don't judge.
Don't worry about it.
Don't judge. Are you the one?
All of us on that one.
All on board. Temptation Island. No.
You got Dayton's going on to single as a single and fucking people up.
Oh yeah.
Then Too Hot for Handle. Yeah, I'll do it for the money and
I'll do
the free booze.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So any casting directors out there, give us a call.
Yeah.
We're ready to.
Depending on the show. How many hours? 117 hours of us talking. That's our casting video.
Screen us how much you need to do.
Maybe I should have my sister pump out some more applications for me.
God, dude, Dayton, I would fucking die if you were on Bachelorette. That'd be so fucking funny.
That would be pretty funny.
I'd watch the shit out of that. But you would have to take it seriously, have to stay on the show for as long as possible, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I would have to flip a switch, right? So when I'm around the dudes, I would just be fucking memeing them like crazy. Yeah. And then when I'm with the girl, I'm just be like, oh yeah, that's fucking great. Just bland as possible. Just that's what I need to stay alive on the show, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Do what you need to do.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the EWF podcast. As always, find our show on Mondays on YouTube and podcast services. Follow us on Instagram and follow us on Twitch. We need those follows to help us out. But until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye. Peace.